I was in London recently and I made my way by train to the city and then got onto the underground to continue my journey. It's been years since I've been in London itself. So when I got to the underground, I remembered from all those decades ago that you can get a ticket that allows you to then travel wherever you want during the course of a day. So when I got there, I was looking around and trying to work out things for myself. I saw a man there who works for the transport authorities, just standing there. So I went across to him and said, could you help me? I need to get the ticket, etc. Told him what I wanted. And he just said, over there. Very abrupt, really. And so I went over, which was a ticket machine or a row of ticket machines. And I was trying to work out how to get the ticket that I wanted. Couldn't quite work it out because it has been a long time. And when things are new to you, you don't always click with what's going on, do you? So I went back to him and said, I can't work it out. And he actually said, pointed to his ears, and he said, listen to me when I'm talking to you. Not joking, wasn't smiling, being very, very rude, really. And he said, over there. And I worked out for myself in the end, what he was talking about was not the ticket machine, which was over there, but actually the entry point. So you get your credit card, you place it on, and then it clocks you up throughout the course of the day, wherever you go. But he didn't say that. All he said was over there. Anyway, I get on the tube and I'm making my way to another station. And I was thinking to myself how rude he was. Not very helpful. Well, unhelpful is how you would describe it. I got to the other station, my destination, and I was there with plenty of time for what I needed to do in London. So depending on how much time I had after, I was going to then have a little bit of a tourist walk around. So certain places I wanted to see, like Buckingham Palace, the Houses of Parliament, etc. So I'm looking at the big map of the underground when I'm at the next station, trying to work out where I would go to once I'd done my business. And while I'm there, another man comes across who works for the authorities. On this occasion, he approached me. He saw me looking at the map, working things out. He says, can I help you? Very friendly indeed. And I explained what I was doing and what I hoped to do afterwards, which was why I was looking at the map. And he said, oh, that's where you need to go. And when you go there, you're in the proximity to this and that. And he was extremely helpful. So I thanked him and went on my way. Now, the point is that the first man, the rude man, who was totally unhelpful, was white. The second man, who actually approached me, who couldn't have been more helpful, was black. And it may be simplistic, but how often do we judge on appearance? Maybe it is the colour of a person's skin. Perhaps it's an address that someone lives at. You're an employer and you've got two people who've applied for a job. One's address is a council estate and the other one is a nice posh village in the rural area. So instantly you make a judgment about those people. The way people dress, the way people look, accents even. We can make judgments based on the outward appearance. The Bible tells us in the book of John, do not make judgments based on the exterior, but instead make judgments based on what goes on beneath the surface. Because we do need to make judgments, not be judgmental. There's a difference between making a judgment and being judgmental. We have to make judgments about people because if we don't, we'll be ripped off. We'll be taken for a ride. Scammers will have a field day with us. So we need to work out where people are coming from. There's a difference between making a judgment and being judgmental. But the Bible says don't make those judgments based on what you see on the outside. In the Old Testament, when a new king was going to be anointed. Samuel went to Jesse and he said, bring out your sons. God said to him, one of those sons will be the next king. So he did exactly that. He paraded them in front of Samuel. And everyone, the first one that he came to, Samuel thought, this is the one. He looked like he was going to be a king. Again, outward appearance. But God said to him, that's not the one. And the second one and the third one, none of them, as he went through the line, were the ones that were to be chosen. And then he said to Jesse, do you have any more sons? And he said, yes, there's one, but he's out tending the sheep. The insignificant one, he wasn't on his mind that he paraded to be chosen. And Samuel said, well, bring him. And when he did, God said, that's the one. Not the one that would have been chosen from outward appearance, but we shouldn't be judging by what we see on the exterior. And then you think of Isaiah 53. It was written 700 years before the birth of Jesus. And that's important sometimes to see that it is so far back in time. It wasn't written after the event, it was written beforehand. Isaiah 53 talks about the Messiah to come. And it says, and there will be nothing attractive about him, nothing to draw us to him. In other words, the physical appearance, the Jewish people under oppression from the Romans at the time wanted a stronger Messiah. They wanted a warlike figure. They wanted a bold leader that would lead the rebellion against the Romans and crush the oppressors and set them free. But that wasn't what they got. They got something totally different. It's not about outward appearance. It's so easy to fall into that trap, to make our judgments based on what we see. But the wise person doesn't do that. The wise one will make judgments based on the inside, not what they see on the exterior.